No one's coming to save the day.
I think we are. We can be the ones that are coming.
There are no more Avengers, and no one is coming to save us. Except for these misfits and rejects of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I got to see Thunderbolts over the weekend, and it was one of the best MCU films of recent memory. Probably one of the best MCU films since Guardians 3. And I also managed to get my hands on one of these cool little collector popcorn buckets. So you got the bucket piece, and then this guy. And my head is massive, so it's impressive that it even fits. Thunderbolts is Marvel's 6th movie in the MCU Phase 5. And from my understanding, I think it is the last. I think I read somewhere that Fantastic Four in July is the start of Phase 6, but do not quote me on that. Regardless, Thunderbolts may not be a top 5 MCU movie of all time, but it is one of the best MCU movies since Endgame, and it makes me pretty optimistic for what's up to come in the MCU. Thunderbolts takes the villains, anti-heroes, and side characters from other Marvel movies and TV shows, and they are forced to work together as they find out that they're all pawns in Allegra Defontaine's plans. And they pick up an interesting character, Bob, who definitely may have some secrets of his own. This movie has all that you've come to expect from the MCU. Fun action, a lot of these fight scenes are fantastic, and they play in well with these particular set of characters' strengths. As well as always, some fun comedic moments spread throughout the entire film, especially from David Harbour's Red Guardian. Though those comedic relief moments are not as frequent as we've had in previous MCU films in the past. One of the stronger elements in this movie is the focus on mental health and how one deals with loneliness, depression, regret, trauma, past mistakes, and not knowing what your purpose is or if you have a purpose at all. All very heavy subjects that really resonated with me, even more so than I thought they would. There was a moment in the movie that for me was really sad that I was hoping no one would turn to me and see that I was just like teared up. Another thing this movie does very well is it has very interesting characters, and it does a good job of centering the story around them. The entire cast does an amazing job bringing these characters to life. We do have a bigger focus on Bob and more so Yelena. Louis Pullman delivers a great performance as Bob, and some of you might know Bob from this movie as Bob from Top Gun Maverick. And Florence Pugh, in every appearance that she's made as Yelena, does such a great job, and in this one in particular, she does an amazing job of developing Yelena's character. Now, there are some elements in this movie that I didn't totally love. There is some pacing issues where the movie feels like it gets bogged down at times, and at other times, things feel very rushed, as well as some situations that feel like they were deliberately created because these characters just kind of have to stay together. All in all, I did very much enjoy this movie. The story is pretty solid, the characters work very well together, and there's as much fun and action as there are emotional moments. I would definitely recommend this for any Marvel head out there. Thunderbolts gets an 8 out of 10 from me. And yes, we do find out why there's an asterisk at the end of the Thunderbolts name. We do find out why they're called the Thunderbolts, and you get some pretty decent setup for what's to come in the MCU. All that happens at the end of the film, as well as the classic MCU mid-credits and post-credits scene. And for me, the post-credits scene does feel like it's more from a classic era of the MCU, where you get a nice tease as to what's coming next. No spoilers, not gonna say anything. You're gonna have to check it out for yourself if you want, and I recommend you do if you haven't yet. And if you have seen Thunderbolts already, please let me know what you think. I like to gauge what other people's opinions are on these movies that I spend a lot of my time thinking about. Cool, let me know what you think. Later. Yo, this thing kind of hurts to wear, man. Ow. Ooh.